going to begin with America's vaping crisis.
The number of lung injuries and deaths related to the use of e-cigarettes is on the rise locally and nationally. That's why they're asking everyone to stop vaping until they can figure out what's causing all of this.
Those patients who survive and recover in the short term may have long-term consequences from this.
Well, Reese says she's lucky to not be a vaping death statistic after her experience left her on life support.
I started vaping when I was 18 for nicotine reasons, and then after that was the THC cartridges. I thought it was a safer alternative to smoking cigarettes. I was smoking every day, every hour. About 3 months ago, I developed flu-like symptoms. I was throwing up. And that's where they found fluid in my lungs and diagnosed me with pneumonia. I was hospitalized and treated with antibiotics, which were actually making me sicker. And they found out my lungs were collapsing. They put me on oxygen and life support. I was on the ventilator for 3 days. I thought that I was going to die. I was diagnosed with hypersensitivity pneumonitis, which is a lung disease where your lungs become inflamed when you inhale dust, chemicals, any kind of smoke. My lungs collapsed because of the vaping. The doctors found out that it was a chemical that wasn't supposed to be inhaled that was being put in these cartridges called vitamin E. I was in the hospital 9 days total. I will have lifelong issues from this. I will have to see a pulmonologist for the rest of my life. This is called a spirometer. It's what I use to strengthen my lungs. I inhale. I nearly died from vaping.
Well, joining us in the audience is Reese and Susie. Reese, you saw no issues with doing this whatsoever, right?
Oh, absolutely. Even if the signs aren't outwardly, they are happening internally. I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
It was you, right? It was you who went?
Yeah.
So who was you buying cartridges from?
From a friend.
You actually wound up in the hospital with some bad weed,
Yeah,
correct?
hell yeah.
So
and I
both
learned
of
my
you-
lesson.
Both of you have been in the
Okay.
hospital.
Yeah.
And you were on a ventilator for how many days?
3 days.
There's no negative things in it if you're getting it from the dispensary. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You're selling it and you're not a dispensary.
No, of course, but I'm saying I wouldn't smoke nothing. I'm saying now that I know that, I wouldn't smoke nothing that
That you
I
sell?
get from somebody else, bro.
You wouldn't smoke what you sell?
No.
Oh.
But,
Wow.
but
Susie,
how-
how
All my
scary is it to
personal.
see your daughter?
Just seeing those pictures, you know, of Reese in the ICU, she was paralyzed. They gave her a drug that paralyzed her, and her hands had to be tied down. You know, just seeing her like that was just heartbreaking. I feel so bad for your mom, sir. I really do. Your mom is fighting for you. Dr. Phil is fighting for you. Everybody here, your grandma, Reese and I, other people, all these staff, you know, are doing this just for you. Hold on, I'm not quite finished yet. And people, you know, and I get it, you know, there's nothing that I can say that's going to convince you otherwise, but just seeing Reese almost dying in the hospital was so hard on our whole family.
Y'all buying dank vape for $15.
You're not here to
I'm
give
$20,
advice,
bro.
trust me. We'll be right back.
What's the time?
Underway. All we need is you. If you're going to be in the Los Angeles area and want to watch a live taping, visit drphil.com and click tickets. Tickets are free, and I hope to see you soon. Well, I'm back with Crystal and her son Dominic. Carla.